I can't take it anymore, not anymore. No one said that this would get easy. No one said this wouldn't get hard. Brush it off and hold up your sleeves now. It's a shot in the dark till you get what you want.
Come on back. Just my college football show, week 3 or 4 or 15 of the season of craziness. What's going on, everybody? We're back. We're better than ever. Not really. Still wedding hungover from this weekend. I am married. Here we go. Married on the board. Actually, I'm off the board. But here we go, guys. I have no idea what happened in college football except for, as I say I do, Notre Dame lost. We're not going to talk about that because that's not like a big deal. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. We're almost all the way back. I bet you next week will be our best episode because 3 of us barely watch college football, except I was winning a lot of money. I don't really know what really happened. Tyler, you're going to have to lead this entire conversation today, but what's going on, everybody?
Well, let's start with TA.
We had a good night Saturday night, didn't we, fam? Yes, we did. We served up some humble thought, and I guarantee you it tasted pretty good. And much respect to Travis Hunter, because he's a pretty level-headed dude. But it's phenomenal. Really, Johnny, do you really want to avoid the fact that you're the only top 25 team that doesn't have a quarterback with a passing touchdown?
Tyler, what did I say? Did you not watch the Twitter after the first game? Did you see what I put on Twitter? I said our offense is fucking pathetic.
Mm-hmm.
I might have went crazy last week, being a fan, but what did I say right after the game? We have a pathetic offense. We don't have a quarterback, and we need to fire Freeman. And I'm 100%. I told you I was still with that last week. We're 100% the same.
Thank you for opening up that door. Did you
I
realize
said it after week 1, after the big win? I was like, he needs to be fired.
Did you? Because he had 62 seconds left. There's not very much time left, and he attempts a 62-yard field goal when he had another down and another timeout to do it.
He had 5 seconds, but yes.
That's what it was. Sorry. 62 guys.
Listen. Me and 2 of the other boys here. Well, okay. Quick story. We're doing a wedding, right? And we're supposed to be getting married at 6 o'clock. Well, just like Notre Dame fumbled the ball against Northern Illinois, me and JC fumbled the ball because we forgot the rings at the hotel. Now, I'll take 65-35. I probably should have given him the rings and not forgot them. But he is the best man. He knew I was under a lot of anxiety. He probably should have reminded me, right? So I'll say maybe 65-35. We dropped the ball. Like he ran a zig and it was supposed to be a zag and I threw a pick. That's exactly what happened. We got the day saved. We had a hero come in and save the day, but we were a little late. And just like Notre Dame, we fumbled the ball. It's just.
But let's follow up the story, okay? Since we've opened that door, folks, Johnny B couldn't listen to the officiant and repeat after him his vows, or just the part where he gets married, because someone in their infinite wisdom put the Notre Dame game on the TV above the head of the officiant, so there's no Johnny has to literally look at the game while he's supposed to be saying his vows, and literally said, I can't, and he just took the paper with the vows written on them from the officiant to read off of them because he could not process what the man was saying.
To be fair, those weren't my vows. Those are what I was supposed to say. I knew my vows. My vows were
fair enough.
Those are not my vows. Those are what I was supposed to say. But yes, who is the dickhead that came up with that?
The getting married part. You had to say the getting married part, and you could not follow Johnny, and then 4 words after that, no idea. You have no idea what they were. No idea. So you just had to read.
Anxiety, alcohol, Notre Dame game. That's not my fault.
I can't believe someone put the game on literally above the man's head.
I was going to say, who is that ballsy human? Because that was an incredibly ballsy maneuver.
There's no way Johnny was like, I want this game on, because
I knew come like the more and more I knew it was going to strike time, I was like, I'm abstaining from the group chat. We ain't going to light him up about what's happening right now.
On his wedding day.
I wanted to separate you two out and be all like, does he know what's happening? Please don't make him know this.
To be honest, I had no idea because we were too busy trying to find the rings. I knew we were tied or whatever at half of the halftime score or whatever. But I had no idea because the rings were missing.
Mm-hmm.
So I had no idea until I stood up there with a minute left that we were going to lose that game. And as I literally said, I do is when they missed the field goal.
So, JC, who put the game on in front of Johnny?
I have no idea. That was not a smart call. I mean, it couldn't have been more on brand. I mean, the entire wedding was very on brand, and and the fact that was up there was just like the icing on the cake. Couldn't have been better.
Well, and for a little bit of context, Johnny and JC and I were watching games earlier in the day, but then they all had to get ready. I wasn't in the wedding party, so I'm sitting down in the lobby watching the Notre Dame game. And as soon as Johnny came down, he was all ready to go. He was dressed up. I flipped it to, I don't know what the fuck. I think it was South Carolina, Kentucky, some other game, just to make sure that Johnny did not have something else to worry about leading up to the part where we actually got married. And then someone decided to put the game in the middle of your wedding after multiple attempts to keep it out of the wedding from at least my end. So to me, the visual on that was just perfect. Absolutely perfect.
I couldn't escape it. But listen, nobody wants to hear about the wedding anymore.
Nope.
I did win over $300 betting on Arkansas, betting on Oklahoma State, betting on Arkansas, betting on Oklahoma State, betting on you guys. I don't even know if you guys were there for that. I just kept going back and forth and winning.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
It was obnoxious. What a great day for betting. But we're not talking betting, guys. We'll talk betting later. Find us on TikTok. I'll give my bets out. I've been right about the one thing I'm doing right this year is gambling and picking the upsets. Just like I gave you South Carolina over Kentucky, I gave you that. I gave you that again this week, guys. I'm just giving you good picks on TikTok. But let's talk about Tyler. What else happened this weekend? Because I don't know what else happened except for Colorado got dog raced. Notre Dame lost. What else happened?
I want to work backwards because I think something interesting last night. Do you guys remember your SEC predictions?
Yes.
Yes. Do you remember who said who thinks who thinks Tennessee's gonna win the SEC this year?
That would be you, Tyler. That would be you, Tyler.
That would be me. Do you think after the dismantling of NC State Saturday night, do you think that's a possibility?
Well, it better be because your wild card team is a shithole that lost at home to Cal.
Like it did.
Yes, because of that defense. That defense is nasty. That defense is Georgia caliber. At least the way they showed up against NC State. Like, the offense was good. That defense was unbelievable.
But yeah. And then that I had it going on the second TV for a minute, and it was just not very long because it was a dismantling. And
but anything else really?
Yeah.
So the Tennessee game was a blowout. Like, was there anything else that like crazy happened?
Do you think that I'm also not insane for the Ashton Gentry take? Him against Oregon, and that throttle and that incredible game.
I'm such a bad college football. I don't even know who won the game.
Oregon pulled it out, but
Barely. Penn State pulled it out, barely. Utah won by 11. Only scored 23 points.
But Cam Rising's hurt again.
Of course he is.
Oh, wow. Who said that in the previews of this year? Shocker. Well, it's like he always gets fucking hurt.
We We might have to abort our Utah Big 12. Arizona State,
Illinois won.
that
pulled it.
Illinois was a big win
Big-
against a very
big win.
good Kansas team. That was a big.
Big win at home.
Is that the best win in Bielema's era?
Yes. Well,
Got-
the biggest win, yeah, because they showed up big against other higher ranked teams, but I don't think they pulled out the victory in any of those.
because
That
I
I
good
see.
win.
It's a good win. Let's see.
Arizona State is quietly turning some heads and killing Kenny Dillingham's second year.
Yeah,
I officially
this is gonna
hate
be-
Matt Campbell. They
Oh, yeah.
finally won.
Wait, who was the only person right about the Iowa State game?
No, everybody else was except me.
You guys all picked Iowa State?
No,
Everybody picked Iowa State except me, I believe. That's what it was written down as. I was even written down as picking Iowa State, but I already said I did not because Matt Campbell's only won one time in 9 years. Okay, now he's at 2 times in
And
10.
And I did tell you at the wedding, I was like, he's due. And I
he's,
did win over. I did win. I did give you that pick too, guys. I'm hitting
20-19.
I'm
Pathetic.
hitting really hard on underdogs, guys. I'm hitting at like a on underdogs. I'm hitting at like a 75% clip on my money line bets, which is ridiculous.
that Oklahoma State comeback was also phenomenal too.
We did watch that
Yeah.
blow for blow because he kept live betting.
So I kept live betting. I literally won $300 going back and forth.
I believe it.
He did it
It
like
was obnoxious.
3 times. That was at 3 switches, I think.
I think also Auburn has problems because they don't have a quarterback. Very bad.
At least I called that one. That's what
Yeah,
revived me last week was that I called that shit. Go ACC, Cal. I don't know. Cal's a good team though.
that was.
Guys,
They
let's
only have
talk
the
real quick. What's going on? Did anybody know what's going on with Preston Stone? Why can't they move the ball? Why is he not the starter anymore? I heard it's because the offensive line can't block. He's now no longer the starter.
He's not.
What's going on? Tyler, did you see anything in that SMU game? We didn't get to watch it.
No, I didn't. I was meaning to throw it on, but I just never got to it.
Apparently, they can't block, so they had to go with the mobile quarterback because the line just can't block. Which Stone is a 5-star, best quarterback ever at SMU, and they can't even block for him, so they can't even play him. That's embarrassing.
I
Yep.
should ask the resident Miami fan: are we scared of Syracuse yet, or?
Yeah, I already said we were. Well, here's the thing. We play them the last week of the season. So as of right now, remaining completely healthy, Syracuse will be a tough out. They have no depth at all. So if they get any injury to any key player, it's down the tubes. Like there's no way. But they're a tough team. Like I knew they were a tough team. I said they were a tough team, but that doesn't mean that they're going to be healthy by the end of the year because they don't have any depth right now.
Well, there's one game that we can talk about because there's one game I know we all watched because we were watching it. I mean, we told you they were a fraud. Texas just went in there and just throat fucked Michigan, and I'm pretty sure that.
Oh yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that they called the dogs off in the second half, not to embarrass a program because they were literally throat fucking them up and down the field. It should have been more points, but they got bullshit penalties. Texas just dog walked them in Michigan.
I will say K-State are now frauds. Tulane should have beat them, especially on that last drive. They called flags on all 4 fucking downs, except for second down. It's fucking goddamn ref show.
I didn't see any of that game. We were watching, so we were kind of fucked because we were watching
DirecTV.
Yeah, because we had DirecTV.
Yeah.
Because in the hotel only had DirecTV, so we had to watch just the Fox game and one game on a laptop.
It was
So we
very.
were fucked.
It was defensive struggle initially, but then the offensives were blow by blow, and
Yeah.
clearly the refs weathered a bunch of Tulane's blows.
Jay, go ahead. This is your moment.
I mean, I was definitely happy with that win. And, I mean, Texas showed that on all fronts that they're a solid team. So, I mean, it's kind of hard to say like whether they looked really, really good or Michigan looked really, really bad.
Both.
A little bit of both.
A little bit both.
So, you know, I'm not ready to declare them SEC champs at this point, but
I'm ready to declare Michigan frauds.
that we can declare.
You've been declaring that for like 3 years.
Yeah.
That was
Well,
they shouldn't have won a title last year. Let's not even get into it. No.
I think now they're actually doing their descent.
Did
Yeah.
anybody else? Tyler, do you want to take your standing O?
Yes, please.
Go ahead. Get on the soapbox. You're the only one that really watched college football. Guys, just so you know, Tyler did stream for us. He was streaming on the Spike channel. Go ahead, Tyler. Take it away.
You saw me a nervous wreck, but Dylan Raiola's the real deal. And we got an elite defense that doesn't blitz. It's weird to me. We are ranked second to lowest in not blitzing at all. And you saw the pressure we had on him. When Shadur threw that goddamn pick six to Tommy Hill, game was over. They were checked out. They were done. They were who we thought they were. Fucking
Tyler,
fraud.
give a little analysis. Is Shadur a good quarterback with a bad line, or is it all smoke and mirrors?
Shadur is a bad quarterback. Dylan Raiola completed more of his passes than he did.
Yeah, but I didn't ask that. I said, is he a good quarterback with a terrible line? If Dylan Raiola had the same line, would he have done just as worse?
Probably.
Okay, so it's not on Shadur.
It's more on Pat Shurmur, to be honest. They didn't run the ball. They ran the ball a bunch of times for negative yards.
I heard that they couldn't run the ball, though.
Yeah.
So that's on the offense. So you're saying that this is all their offense. So it's the same problems as last year. They have no offensive line, no defensive line.
I mean, I've listened to 2 weeks of heavily analyzed CU football. They don't have a big person set. They don't have mobile tight ends that run and block, and they just abort the run immediately or abort to the pass. They're an air raid team with no gas.
Okay, James, as the big receiver here, college football receiver, even you need to run the ball in order to throw the ball.
Oh, you got to. You got to give the defense something to think about, and it doesn't take a genius to know that. If the defense just knows that that's the default setting, that makes their job easy.
That means they can pin their ears back. Their linebackers can get wider quicker, and they can play a lot more zone. They can play a lot more man. They can blitz out of it. I didn't get to see the game, so I can't really tell you anything about it. I want them to be good, but it doesn't look like
they keep lining up in a 5 wide and the O-line just doesn't give them any time. Like
are they outmatched or is it outcoached?
I think they're outcoached.
Well,
Okay.
and one thing to put out there is, as JC was pointing out, if you know it's 5 wide and it's a pass every fucking play, pretty much, I don't care how good your offensive line is. There's no way you're going to be able to, you're not fooling anybody. There's no hesitation. You just go for it every single time. And yeah, maybe you don't sack them every play, but if you have nothing to worry about on the back end in terms of like a draw even or a run,
and that's the thing that really puzzled a lot of analysts, including myself. When the pocket collapsed, he doesn't take off. Conventional quarterbacks would at least, avoid the pressure, take off, try and gain yards. He just sits there and eats it.
And it's not like he's not athletic enough to do it.
Right. Which scratched my head the whole entire game because he would just sit there and eat it. He would not try and run one way.
Do you think he's trying to avoid the I'm not an athlete quarterback thing? Because when he was at Jackson State, he would take off all the time.
Yeah, but I think he's getting outmatched here by people actually, blocking downfield and making receivers not available. And I think he shook a bit, to be honest.
Do you think? But I mean, so what Johnny's saying is he just playing for the NFL at this point? Like he just wants to have a profile that speaks to a very specific type of player, so that they know that that's what they're drafting, like that's what they're looking at. Is it all about tape?
I think at this point it is. I mean, though they say the reason why he left at the 2-minute mark was because on the last drive he took a nasty hit to the head. But
He did, though. I did see that hit.
I think it's from now on, if they don't win next week against CSU, it's basically a tape fest. And I think Prime will be done, if not by being fired, by piecing out of there. Because his kid's going to be not there either. Because he'll probably enter too.
He's going to Auburn. I call it now.
He's still got to be able to coach, though.
No, I know, but I mean Auburn's in shambles.
Is he a coach, or is he the best? Or is he the best strength and conditioning coach in the history of football? Because he can give a speech.
Yeah, but he can't really. He can't really influence an offensive script to suit his players.
Well, part of it.
He always defers to Pat Shurmur, and I'm like, you can't like insert yourself here and influence it one way or another, Dad?
I mean, he probably can. He also hired an NFL coach from, how many years, right?
12.
So, well, yeah. So I think that, I think that Prime is a great game day coach or, a play caller? No. But like I said, Auburn was pretty pathetic. So not to call out Auburn, but more of like, there's going to be an SEC opening, like stranger things have happened.
Yeah, you can't lose to a Pac-12 school that's now in the ACC at home.
But Travis Hunter, I think, is the real deal. I think if he enters, and he'll go pretty fucking high. And I think with the right NFL team that will put some size on him, I think he'll be the definitive two-way player. And I like how he's kind of more level-headed than the Sanders family.
Well,
you would hope
he doesn't come from much. He's a good kid, honestly. If you do any background on him, he's very level-headed. He's not a partier. All he likes to do is play video games, make TikToks, and dominate on the football field. That's all he does.
Yeah.
All right, let's stop talking about all the bullshit.
I did tweet a play where I said he did quit, but I mean, after what Dante Dowdell did to Shiloh in breaking his forearm, I can understand that too. So.
Let's go into the most important part of our podcast. Again, we will have more analysis next week when we actually watch the games and we're not hammered in a Hilton hotel lobby and then at a wedding. Let's go into our picks. Tyler, do you want to do the rundown? I'll type them in. You just pick out the games.
Okay. Let's review from last week since all four of us were here. JC went 15-5. I went 12-8. The remaining two went 13-7. JC, with his slightly adjusted for inflation record, is 18-6, 75%.
It's fucking insane.
I'm 26-14 with 65% for me, and the other two are 24-16 at 60% apiece.
Not bad, boys. Listen, if you want our picks, again, these are picks just to win. These are not against the spread. You want against the spread? Check us out on our TikTok. By the way, Tyler, we're going to talk about our Twitch afterwards. We now have everything capable of running our Twitch. And Tyler's been cutting up YouTube clips and throwing them on our TikTok as well. So everybody, please go check it out. I would really like to go live by week 5 on TikTok. I think that's a reasonable goal. We're at like 370 followers. We need to get to the 1,000. Once we get to the 1,000, we'll be able to go live.
We'll get there with pre-recorded content. That's not going to be hard. Let's start with the closest toss-up, huh? UCF plus 1.5 point favorite at TCU.
Wow, that is close. Jesus.
Let's get the awkward ones out the way, huh?
What's the order this week? Should we start with TA or not start with TA? I feel like we either have to start or end with TA after last week.
I would like to go last. So JC has the liberty to go first if he wants it.
Thought I was first last week.
I can go first this week. Jesus.
Well, you're also leading the clubhouse, but I won but
This is true. JC's 75% on his picks.
Go
But
ahead, Jay.
I don't mind going first for JC's sake. I finally got to meet him in person, so I get him something. For this one, this line is crazy, and UCF is the favorite, right?
correct.
Yeah, and this is at home for
They
TCU.
are? No, I got UCF. I got UCF plus 1.5.
Yeah, though they're not the favorite. They're the underdog for TCU.
Oh, okay. Because the line I have says UCF's favored by 2.5. So
It
that's
probably changed, but this is the old line.
what I'm saying.
This is probably the effects of how much they gave Alabama grief last week.
Yeah. Well, no, that was
Or am I
South
thinking US? I'm thinking USF. That's my bad.
yeah.
These
So-
are the lines that come out on Sunday. I put all these out on Sunday.
That's fine. So I would love to say UCF is going to go in there and walk away with a victory. But I'm going to lean on TCU for this one, mostly because the prices for tickets are exorbitantly high for two unranked teams. So I feel like TCU is going to have a big crowd to try and help them along. They see this as a big game. So I'll go with TCU.
I'm taking UCF. I believe in KJ Jefferson.
I agree.
Well,
Same.
I mean, JC's got to do UCF. That's just, we kind of skipped you because we knew you were going to pick them.
Yes, I'm really excited about this game. This is going to be the first real test for them. So I'm excited for it. UCF.
All right, Tyler, next one.
Next game, we're going West Virginia, 2.5 point favorite at Pitt.
Oh, I get to go first again? Cool. So I know what Johnny's probably going to pick.
No. Eat shit, Pitt. West Virginia all the way. Fuck Pitt. No one likes Pitt. Fuck them. They won a game against Kent State or Akron. One of those two shit teams. West Virginia, Country Road, take me home to the place where I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country Road.
Yeah, by giving up to Kent State, they won 55-24. Fair.
It shouldn't have been that close.
Then they squeaked one out at Cincinnati last week when I did not think they would. So I am going to rectify my mistake, and I'm going to pick Pitt this week. I'm going to stay ACC all the way.
I'm going Pitt.
Wow. That was not what I was expecting JC to say.
Oh, no.
Not what I was
It'll be very telling because I'm going West Virginia. I think Pitt is hurt that their athletic director got fired. I think they're
I
a
did
bit.
not know that.
She was like highly respected in college football too.
Well, women don't belong in those positions either. Let's be real. Presidents of this is a man. This is a man's world.
I mean, it would be different, but she got AD of the year last year.
That's
Yep.
right. How's their football team? Terrible.
Also, you know how that song ends, right?
Yep.
It would be nothing without a woman or a girl. Yeah.
Literally
So-
why I did it.
Doubling
right.
down on it.
Let's get to the most interestingly lame game of all time. Indiana minus 2.5 at UCLA.
Jesus Christ.
Shit, I don't have that game. Yes, I do.
Yes, you do. It's right above the.
Give me
It's a dumb fucking
Indiana. Give me the Hoosiers. I actually like Indiana. I like the quarterback. I love what they're doing in Indiana. They have like 19 starters back. Give me Indiana to see low key go 3-0. and 1-0 in the Big Ten.
So the reason why I'm going to agree with Johnny on this is because UCLA has only played one game. Like, they've had so much time off, and they had to go play Hawaii and Hawaii just years ago is what it seems like, but it was 2 weeks ago. So they're literally 1-0, and this is week 3. Like, they're going to be
Week
rusty
4 for
still.
them. Week 4 for them. They played on week 0.
Yeah, they played on week 0, so it's 4 for them.
Yeah, so they've played like not at all for the past month. I don't think they're going to be up to game speed. So I think Indiana's going to have a better shot at it just because they'll already know what the hell they're doing, and UCLA is still going to be like, what's football?
It's like restarting their season.
Yeah.
So I'm going to kind of I'm going opposite. I'm going UCLA since it's at home, and it's a big travel for Indiana going to the West Coast, time zone change. Like, this will be a big trip for them. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. So well-rested UCLA team takes it.
If Indiana wins this game, they're going to be a bowl team. I'm just saying.
They're going to turn some heads, definitely. I'm going UCLA just purely because it's at UCLA, and traditionally, Indiana doesn't really travel well.
I'll
Well,
agree with
good.
that.
I love this because Johnny and I are tied for last. So thank you, gentlemen. It'll give us a chance to catch up.
So, guys, clearly everybody bet
Plus,
their
it
house on
gives me an
UCLA.
excuse. Gives me an excuse to start scouting them for week 6. That's all right.
That's fair. Just so we're aware, the tickets at the Rose Bowl are as low as $37 for this game. So, like, nobody's going, apparently.
Pretty cheap.
Very cheap.
We're going to go ACC. No, not ACC. AAC, excuse me. App State minus 2.5 at East Carolina.
Okay, I'm going to go first on this one. So, App State got annihilated last week, right? That was last week. Yeah, absolutely obliterated. We knew they weren't going to win, but Jesus. So I think App State's out for revenge. Here's the thing. I think Eastern Carolina can put up points as well. They're playing at home, and they have a young quarterback who used to be, he used to be the Miami quarterback. So I do think that he has enough talent. I think they've shown enough that Jake Garcia is going to put up some points on App State. And the biggest issue I had with App State, now I know they're playing Clemson, but they just didn't score a lot. So I think this is not going to be a high-scoring game. And I think that Eastern Carolina is going to win a big one at home for their program.
Rob, everything you just said was 100% factual. I love it.
And yet. Okay, you're actually going to agree with this. It's the first time all season.
I love ECU. I love Garcia. App State is not the same App State as they were. ECU has a lot of guys back, and then they finally have a good quarterback again after they lost them, their lefty. I love ECU at home to go 3-0.
I'm going to stay with the group on this one.
Same. Andrew Conrad,
Wow.
game winner.
Ooh.
It's
By
gonna be-
comparison, at ECU, tickets are double the price of what they are at UCLA in terms of the lowest
That's pretty funny.
available ticket. Just for context, people.
Let's get to the heavyweights on the opposite side. SEC play. Number 1, Georgia, minus 24.5 at Kentucky.
Georgia how many points do you think Georgia can put up in this game? The line's only 45.5. I think Georgia scores 44.
Yeah, I think Georgia hits the over by themselves.
Yeah. This is an easy pick.
And you want to know something? Game day was all set to go to this game if they beat South Carolina. That's where game day was going to be this week, and it's no longer there.
Beamer ball, baby. What do you got, TA?
I'm taking Georgia in the points and chase the points because I think they can do her.
We don't even need the point.
I'm taking Georgia and the over. I bet you Georgia's team, I think the over-under is 45. I bet you their team total is 38. So I'm taking Georgia and the over.
Yeah, line's currently 45.5 according to what I got for ESPN.
And I bet you Georgia's team total is 38. So I'm taking Georgia's team total, and the over. Taking all three.
A&M minus 4.5 at Florida.
Why do we care? I'm being serious though.
Florida by 20. Florida by 20. Florida's defense shows up. Notre Dame is obviously not a good team, and A&M couldn't even beat them at home. They can't score. Florida will win this game by at least 2 touchdowns. Florida big here, and DJ Lagway has his coming out party.
So that's what I was going to ask. Is Lagway starting? Because then I will take that. Okay, they officially benched, or is the other guy still injured?
He's still concussed.
Huh?
He's concussed.
He's concussed. Okay, yeah. Lagway's going to dominate. He's a good quarterback. After we do this, can I ask if we're going to pick a different? If we're literally doing A&M and UF, I need to insert a game that we should be also discussing if it's not on the roster.
What game is that?
Arizona, Kansas State.
It's already up there.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
already up there.
It's tomorrow. That's why, or Friday.
Finally.
So. JC, what do you got?
Oh, it's on me for the Florida.
Yeah, the shitty game.
Yeah, I think it's got to be Florida.
Yeah, I don't like Mike Elko as a coach. I just don't. I'm going Florida. We'll go to another weird one. Vandy minus 10.5 at Georgia State.
Why are you doing this to us, man?
I'm trying to get the awkward, excruciating ones out the way. So that
I think Georgia State is at home. I think they score a lot of points. I think Vandy will score a lot of. I don't think they can keep up with the point scoring. I think Vandy gets their first loss on everybody, because when Vandy is on the underdog, they're always good. But when they're the favorite, it's Vandy. They're going to crumble. Give me Georgia State at home.
I actually agree with that, because they're also going to start looking ahead to Missouri next week, Alabama the week after. This is a trap game for sure. They're not paying attention. They're gearing up for a game that they aren't playing yet.
I agree.
Georgia State.
I'm going to go Vandy.
And Georgia State can score a lot of points.
I don't want to validate Vandy as a somewhat good team, though. Georgia State.
Guys, I've been right on these underdog picks all year long. I've hit every single week.
Well, it also didn't help that seeing Vandy play week 1 was excruciating.
I was on Vandy. I'm telling you right now, this is the play of the week. Is going to be my Georgia State pick. This is going to be like plus 550. I'm going to throw $50 on it, and I'm going to win a lot of money.
So the next one I want to go to, I need to know now if it isn't a toss-up. It's number 5, Ole Miss at Wake Forest.
You say if it's a toss-up?
It's as of Sunday, it's a toss-up, but I need to know now, is it still a toss-up?
Hold on. Am I understanding what you're saying? Toss-up like the line, like who's not a favorite?
Correct.
No, the Ole Miss is like a 22.5 point favorite.
Cool.
Yeah, there's no way that's a toss-up.
I'll change that.
Because I was like, there is no goddamn way.
There's no fucking way that was ever a toss-up. It's not a toss-up.
Who does Ole Miss play next week?
Looks like they're playing Georgia Southern the week after.
Never mind. Give me Ole Miss.
They're playing nobody. In fact, Ole Miss's schedule is very, very weak.
If they were playing Georgia or Missouri, I would probably pick Wake in a little bit of a lazy game thing, but I'm taking Ole Miss.
For context, they don't play. They only play the ranked teams on their schedule. Number 16 at LSU, number 15 Oklahoma, number 1 Georgia. That's it. Literally nobody else on their schedule is ranked, which is a very light schedule for these guys.
Are we all on Ole Miss then?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I am.
Not even 22-point favorite. I mean, stranger things have happened, but
That's the reason why I had you look it up, because I was like, what does Vegas know that we don't?
nothing.
Exactly.
They haven't played anybody too hard, but Jackson Dart's got an 87% completion percentage. So
They've played no one. Also, just a nice shout out to a very nice young man who went to Miami for 2 years. So their starting running back is Henry Parrish. Started at Ole Miss for 2 years, left to Miami for 2 years, is now back at Ole Miss for his last season. So he clearly only left to enjoy the weather. I don't know. So this is really funny that he transferred back to his old school.
Let's pick this game. Let's pick
All right.
Colorado minus 7.5 at Colorado State. I'm picking Colorado State.
Oh, fuck.
Everybody else go before me, since I'm the one who was born in Fort Collins.
I forgot what the coach's name was, but I love their coach.
Jay
They
Norvell.
should have beat them last year. I love Colorado State here. It's at home. It's in what's it, Colorado Springs? Is that where they are?
No, it's in
No, it's in Fort Collins,
Fort Collins. Yeah.
where I was born. This is why I'm saying.
Give me Colorado State. Give me the Rams. Give me Rob's birthplace. Deion goes down. I love the coach. I love him. I forgot his name, but I think he's a great coach.
It's Jay Norvell.
Jay Norvell, right?
Yeah. Well, that's what I've been saying here.
oh man. I'm gonna run with Colorado. I may really regret that one, but I think they got.
Jason thinks the Jimmys and the Joes are going to do it.
They got to come back after that Nebraska loss. If they don't, that's gonna. Oh man, that's gonna be so bad.
If they run the ball, Colorado wins this game.
Too bad they can't run the ball.
But
Too bad they won't.
But I want to be. I'll be a moron and go with JC. I'm going Colorado.
Good, excellent.
Jay Norvell is going to find a way to win the game. He's going to see the tape that we did, and he's going to be like, fuck yeah, we're going to try to do that.
Wait, so you're picking Colorado State?
No, Colorado. Sticking with it.
He's taking CU. So, folks, the Rocky Mountain Showdown is usually in Denver, right? Which is a stone's throw from Boulder. But they're coming to Fort Collins this year. Also,
they went to them last year, yeah.
Also, this is a grudge match, right? Because last year it got nasty. This is a rivalry that nobody gives a fuck about, but these teams give a fuck about it. And after last year, with all the hype and all the bullshit,
this is like the Egg Bowl, but in the plains.
So everybody's high all the time. Yeah, this is the Egg Bowl if everybody's stoned and chill about it. But last year it got ugly. So I absolutely think Colorado State's going to enact their revenge on Colorado. Love CSU. They're never any good, but they have a shot at it this year. Also, tickets are as low as $164. By far the highest ticket price of this week. By far. So they've already sold out the game.
I love that you give the ticket prices because that just means they're good. I love that. I love when you do that.
I mean, some of these numbers are eye-popping. $164. And like I said, I think there may be one other game that breaks 100. Every other game's under $100. So it's basically double every other game or triple or quadruple other games for tickets this week. So it's a big deal.
Tyler, do you mind if we stay out west here and go the other one?
Yeah.
Let's do the Apple Cup.
The Apple Cup, Washington State, plus 4.5 point favorite, and it's at Washington.
So I see Washington as the favorite on my end.
How many points?
4.5.
I'm taking Wazoo. I'm taking Wazoo because of how they looked last week. I'm taking Wazoo because although I really like Rogers, it's something about Washington State that they want to get revenge on Washington for leaving them in the Pac-12. So I'm going to go with Washington State.
So I definitely understand where you're coming from, Johnny. I watched a lot of that Washington State game, and I picked Washington State last week. They're not a good team, but they have very talented players. That Washington State quarterback, he can't really throw the ball. Like, he's fine, but he's a runner. Like, he will run every single chance he gets. And the thing I don't know is whether Washington has any sort of defense to stop that run. Because if they stop him scrambling, it's all over.
They don't have anybody back from last year. I'm not really
I know. But it's just like, it was painfully obvious that that's all he wants to do out there is run. So, I mean, he's thrown 36 times in 2 games. You know what I mean? Like,
Washington?
I just have a bad feeling, man. I don't know. I'll take Wazoo again because, again, the kid's very talented. Mateer, very talented. He's a sophomore. I don't know. I'll go with Washington State.
Nice. Connolly?
Just for the sake of being different, I'll go Washington.
Jason's just trying to be contrary this week. He's agreed like once, twice, maybe.
He's either going to have a huge lead or everybody's coming back to the middle.
Yeah. T, what do you got?
Tyler?
I would buy your argument for the piss and vinegar of them getting left for the Big Ten if this game was in Pullman. It's not. I'm going Washington.
Okay. All right, we got a couple more to go, guys.
Where do you want me to
go?
Can we go Memphis 7.5 at Florida State?
I'm taking Memphis. I'm taking Hennigan, the quarterback. I think Memphis is low-key one of the best. Memphis has probably the best G5 quarterback in Hennigan. Yeah, they're almost their whole defense back. Their weapons are back from last year, a team that went bowling. I love Memphis here. I love Memphis to win outright. I love Memphis to cover a 7.5 point spread the other way. I love Memphis to almost make the playoff. I'm taking Memphis.
I mean, I'm going to keep saying it. Say it every week. I'm going to say it for the whole season because as far as I'm concerned, FSU is on a 1-year ban. Fuck the Noles.
Jason?
And just so we're clear, Doak Campbell has tickets as low as $29. That's insane. That's craziness.
And they're not even allowed to sell half of the top row because they're fixing it. So that means there's less seats than there usually are, and they're still that low.
That's nuts. I've never seen tickets that low.
Because half of their upper bowl is getting repaired right now.
Yeah, bad times in Tallahassee. Couldn't happen to a better program to sue the ACC to leave.
JC?
I can't wait for that stat.
FSU is bad. Just bad. There you go with Memphis on this one. Do they bench DJ during this game? That's what I want to know.
The problem is it's not just him.
They did it last game.
The problem is it's not just him. That's the problem.
Give me Memphis.
And by the way, remember the name Hennigan, guys. Remember the name. He is a he's a senior quarterback. He's very, very good.
Stupid good. I'm going Memphis. FYI.
I got you.
Okay.
Then we'll go Virginia Tech minus 13.5 at ODU.
God, how many trap games can this program get in one season?
There's something about Old Dominion that makes me want to pick them here, but I can't. I think Virginia Tech wins. I think Old Dominion covers, and I think it comes down to a one-possession game, but I have to go about Tech.
They're a tough out. I mean, their first 2 games of the season at South Carolina lost by 4, at Eastern Carolina lost by 6. OD, I feel bad for OD because they have to grind out the schedule. It's not like it gets much better. Then they play Bowling Green the week after, and then Coastal Carolina, and then Georgia State. None of these are easy teams.
They're all very good teams.
Yeah, they're just going to beat the fuck out of each other. I don't know, bro. I'm going to go with Old Dominion, even though I think Virginia Tech is a very good team. I don't know. I guess Virginia Tech will be ready for them because they've been surprised by Old Dominion before, but I don't think they really will because the rest of their schedule is not. I mean, I guess they play at Stanford. Okay. The Virginia Tech has a hard schedule. They're playing at Old Dominion, then at home versus Rutgers the week after, then at Miami, at Stanford, at home versus Boston College, home versus Georgia Tech, away at Syracuse, home
Those
versus
games are looking
Clemson.
harder and harder than they did in the beginning of the year, too.
That's what I mean. This might be the only easy game they have left on the schedule, so I think they might get caught out. Plus, as always, I got to tell you the tickets, $91 in Norfolk. $91 for an Old Dominion game.
That's awesome. Shout out. Me and JC's baseball coach Box, with Old Dominion, played baseball at Old Dominion. Shout out. Jay, who you got?
I'm going to go with Tech here.
Reasonable.
Tyler?
That Vanderbilt game week 1 scares me. I'm going Old Dominion.
Ooh.
Okay.
They're not playing well on the road, and then I gotta pick to that strength because it's not going to serve me well if I don't.
We have 4 more games than the big game we're picking. Tyler, don't do the last game that's on there. Do the
No, I
other
got
4. Okay.
We'll go number 20, Arizona, plus 7.5 at the Frogs, who should have lost last week, K-State.
Is Kansas State really not ranked?
No, they're 14th.
They're 14th.
This is a top 25 matchup. The only one I believe of this week is.
There's
Am I
2.
reading that? Oh no,
Yeah,
there's 2. Of course, there's 2 because Boston College snuck in. My apologies to JC. So, not because of Boston College. Okay. I mean, I think Kansas State are fraudish, but I don't know. I'm not sure Arizona's that much stronger this year.
I think Kansas State had a trap game last week in Tulane, which I said that they would. I think Kansas State wins easily here. I know everybody's really high on Fafita. I don't think Arizona's going to travel well because they don't run the ball well. They do play a little bit of defense, but it's mostly Fafita on offense doing everything. So give me Kansas State because the trap game was last week, and I think they win convincingly here at home. I think they cover.
Oh, I'll agree with that. Go ahead, guys. I'll tell you the tickets later.
You saying Kansas State, Rob?
I am. I'm agreeing with Johnny.
I think I'm in line with you guys. I had a bit there where I was looking at Arizona and I saw the high scoring performance in the first game, and I was kind of looking at the offense thinking like, man, maybe this is legit. But their first 2 games weren't against anybody real impressive. So
They don't run the ball, and running the ball needs to travel.
I think that Kansas State style of football is gonna wear them out.
Tyler, you're going to be contrarian?
I am. I'm taking Arizona.
All right.
He's hopping on the Fafita bandwagon.
I just see what Kansas did to our next team, Tulane, plus 13.5 at Oklahoma, number 15.
Oklahoma didn't look very good last week. They win by 30. Oklahoma by 30. I have nothing else to say.
All right.
I think it's
I think it's a trap game.
I think
I know that-
I think last week was their trap game. I think they know Tulane is actually a good team, and they do have Tennessee coming. I think Oklahoma wins this game by 30 because I think Venables is a better coach than people think he is.
For the record, I think Venables is an amazing coach on defense, and he's been having to wrestle with the fact that Oklahoma has had no defense for like several decades. So, ugh. All right, fine. I will go with Johnny on this one too. I will pick Oklahoma for this one because I think there are better trap games for Oklahoma in the schedule this year. And so Tulane should be one that does not trap them.
JC.
Oklahoma.
Tyler's going to do it.
Yeah, because they're the best team in all Louisiana, and they're pissed off. I gotta ride the train on Tulane.
Okay.
All right.
The wave. You got to ride the wave on Tulane. Right there.
Tyler, how did you miss that one, bud? That was a setup. That was an easy dunk.
Shall we go? We'll go Civil War. Fuck it. Number 9, Oregon, minus 16.5 at Oregon State.
I want to pick Oregon State so bad right here. But I think Oregon, this is one of those things, just like Oklahoma, they've been scared twice now. I think they're fucking going to be awake for this game, finally, and they win big. I don't want to be right, but I think I am.
No, I agree. I think Oregon's too good a team to keep having these close scares, and not fucking wake up because they haven't looked awake for pretty much. They played 8 quarters. I think for 6 of the quarters, they haven't actually woken up. So
I think they've been looking forward to this game instead of any other game.
yeah, they'll enjoy it. So I pick Oregon as well.
Same.
I'll echo that.
Pick your shot with Tulane.
Oregon State's just not a good team.
No, they're other people.
We'll go with an interesting one because I'll leave the 2 SEC matchups last. Bama, number 4 team in the nation, minus 15.5 at Wisconsin in Camp Randall.
Alabama's going to destroy Wisconsin. Destroy Wisconsin. If nothing else, shout out to another former Miami quarterback who's found another place to play. I like Tyler Van Dyke a lot. I think he's a nice person. He did not have a good time against Alabama before. He has not looked particularly strong through the first 2 weeks, and I don't think he has his confidence back to handle playing against Alabama. I don't care if he's at home. This isn't even home for him, right? This is his first year at Wisconsin, so it's not like it's going to help him. So I think Alabama wins big here.
JC.
Yeah, I agree.
You son of a bitch.
What? You're putting it on the wrong game, Johnny.
Tyler.
Johnny,
Oh, my bad.
you're putting it on the wrong game, bud.
Sorry, my God.
Like, I highly doubt LSU is South Carolina. Bama's going to emerge the victor there.
Go ahead, Tyler.
I'm going to go Bama because Wisconsin's not a good team.
Well, I picked it in the preseason and I'm not turning back now. Give me Jimmy Leonard. Give me Wisconsin. Pulling out who's Bama have next week?
Have Georgia.
Give me Wisconsin in the ultimate trap spot in Camp Randall. Lazy Saturday. 23-21 Wisconsin. I'm telling you, I picked it in the preseason. This is the kind of game that Jimmy Leonard can play. They can control the ball, running the ball, because I don't even care who they have in their backfield because they just have a bunch of big white dudes that can push people around on the offensive line every single year. Give me Wisconsin 23-21.
So it is a noon kickoff. Definitely give you that. They're playing Georgia next week. Definitely give you that. Tickets are $88, which is quite nice. So definitely Yeah, I'll give you that. I'll just point out one other thing, Johnny, because I don't think we're going to cover this game. Are we going to talk about Notre Dame for this week's up matchup or no?
No,
So-
they're dead. That team is dead to me. They're not even a team.
The
I'm a
only
Syracuse
other, well, you like picking
No,
dogs.
I'm a Syracuse fan.
You like picking dogs. Notre Dame is playing at Purdue, and tickets are as low as $101 in West Lafayette.
Rod, that's not an underdog game. Purdue, I already said it. Purdue's winning by 30. Let's go Purdue. I'm such a Boilermaker now. I can't wait to get my Boilermaker shirt. Notre Dame's not a real football team. Until they fire Marcus Freeman, they're not a real team. They're not alive to me. They're dead to me.
I'm just saying, I know that's not a dog to you, but everybody else seems to think it's a dog. So
No,
I just wanted to point that out that
I will be generously betting. Thank you guys for all of your gifts, by the way. I'll be betting all of our wedding gifts on Purdue plus what is it going to be, like 300. I'll put $3,000 on that. I'll win 30 grand, and I'll be very happy. Notre Dame's not a real football team.
just for context, Alabama's coming to town against Wisconsin. Tickets are as low as $88 at Camp Randall. Notre Dame is going to across the state, basically, and the tickets are $101. You see the market.
Notre Dame's not a real football team. I'm betting everything on Purdue. Purdue is a much better football team.
All right, fair enough.
Number 16, LSU, minus 6.5 point favorite at South Carolina.
I gave you guys last week Sellers. I gave you South Carolina. I told you they were going to win the game. Actually, I think I told you they were going to win the game pretty easily. I think I was right on that.
Yeah.
I think Brian Kelly's coaching for his job here. I think it's a very close game, but I think Nussmeier does just enough, and they win 31-28 LSU. Go Tigers.
I can't help it. I got to go with fucking Sandstorm. I know it's a 12 p.m. kickoff, so if this was at night, even different, right? But
Hey, different.
tickets are going pretty much the same price as Camp Randall. Why is this any different? I know that the trap game, blah, 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 but come on. Really? Sandstorm? Let's go. And that's the Gamecocks, by the way.
JC. He's going to pick LSU even though he really wants to pick the Gamecocks. I can see it written all over his face.
I can't help but go for the upset in this case. Can't help it. I don't want to, but I'm compelled.
Does LSU lose to two SC teams?
Wow. Didn't even think of that, Jay.
That sounds fun. Let's do that.
Ooh.
All aboard the crazy train.
Tyler. Oh my God, am I going to be the only one on LSU? You guys are fucking crazy. No way.
No, you're on. I'll be on that island with you. I'll go LSU.
Okay, Jesus. I was
Yeah,
gonna
that's
say, you guys
not
are
an
nuts.
island. That's the mainland.
I was gonna say Beamer's gonna Beamer in this case. So
I mean, I love
think
Beamer.
we were-
all right.
All right. JC,
Last,
you're going to be going last. You're going last year.
last but not least, the new freshly ranked at 24th Boston College is plus 16.5 point favorite at number 6 Mizzou.
Boston College can run the ball. They can throw the ball. I love their quarterback. Boston College wins this game because Mizzou is very overrated. They can't play defense. They can't stop the run. Great offense. Probably the best receiver in football that is on Mizzou. I give you that. The reason Boston College wins this game, red bandana, 9/11, Boston College. It's not the red bandana game, but 9/11 is today. Support the troops. Thank you, everybody. I feel bad for everything that happened with the towers. This has Boston College written all over it. Bill O'Brien, Boston College, goes in to the Ozarks and beats Missouri for a huge win for the ACC.
That sounds so good. If this game was at Boston College, I would 100% agree with you. There is no way Mizzou wins this game if it's at Boston College.
I'm pretty sure there'll be more Boston College fans at Missouri than at their home game. I'm just saying.
I don't even see how that's possible. People from Massachusetts don't even know where the Ozarks are.
Yeah, but they don't know where Boston College is either.
I have to go with Mizzou on this one. Not necessarily because they're, a better team or blah, blah, blah. I just think that they're going to actually have home field advantage. So, like, Boston College has the emotion, but they don't have.
I
Red
believe this is
Bandana
where
is very
game day is,
specific.
right? Is game day at Mizzou this week?
I don't know.
I believe game day is at South Carolina.
Okay, because if game day was at Mizzou, then I would bet even more on Boston College because Mizzou just lets down all the time. No offense, Jay, but they do. They're way much better as the underdog. Go ahead, Tyler.
I'm going Boston College.
All right.
It's
Mizzou's going to have an opportunity to actually play football this weekend. They've had 2 warm-up games. When you look at – I was trying to look at stats because I'm like, man, looking at these scores, Cook must have, like, ridiculous stats. Well, his stats aren't even that high because we've played the backup. The backup has thrown 17 passes this season in 2 games. They're going to actually get to play football this weekend. They're going to show out. And, yes, Boston College looks good, but Missouri's going to show why they're number 6, and they'll move into the top 4 after this week.
Would you like to make a gentleman's on that? Because we can make a gentleman's on that. I would love to make a gentleman's on that.
Because I think it's going to definitely be a blow-by-blow sort of game, but I just think Boston College just sneaks her out.
I think they grind it out. Personally.
So I just want to take a second. If JC's correct that Missouri wins this game, which I picked Missouri as well, do we really think that they're going to crack, you said, the top 4 this week?
That was what the bold statement was. That's crazy.
That's a bold statement.
I was just like, who are they bumping out?
Anyway, who's the top 4 right now? What is it?
Georgia.
Texas, Georgia.
Number
Ohio
2
State.
is Ohio State.
Ohio State.
Oh, no, Texas is 2. Yeah, that's right.
We'll bump Ohio State.
Fair. Ohio State did get bumped from last week because of the big top 10 victory for Michigan. I don't know if this is
You
it is
gotta
top 25 win.
You gotta hope Ole Miss loses, maybe, because it's Ole Miss at 5. Bama.
Ohio State doesn't have a game this week. That's a problem. They've only
Well,
played.
Jay, if Wisconsin does pull the upset against Alabama, which I said will happen,
There
and
you go.
you guys do happen to beat Boston College,
See, there you go. That could work out.
you might be
Top 4, baby. Not that it even matters when it's top 12. Literally means nothing now.
It's sad that your eventual division champ is number 1. So you're like guaranteed.
I'm going to go down through the games real quick again, just for everybody. Me, Rob, and JC are all on Kansas State. Tyler's on Arizona. Everybody's on Bama except for me. I'm on Wisconsin. Everybody's on Memphis. We're split. We're split on South Carolina, LSU. We're split on UCLA, Indiana. We're split on Pitt, West Virginia. Everybody's on Florida. Everybody's on Oregon. Everybody but Tyler is on Oklahoma. We're split on Wazoo and Washington. Everybody's on ECU. We're split on the Old Dominion game. Everybody's on Ole Miss. And everybody's on Georgia. We are JC is the only one on Vandy. We all have Georgia State. We're split on the Rocky Mountain Showdown. The only person on TCU is Rob. And we are split on the big game of the week, Boston College, Mizzou. So, guys, that was our week 3 picks. We are the Spiked College Football Show. We will be doing more and more. We will be able to Twitch after I got my headphones. There's no more weddings. There's no more traveling. Find us on TikTok at Spiked College Football. Find us on Instagram at Spiked_college_football. Follow us on Twitter, Spiked CFB88. I am your host, Johnny B. All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Check the TikTok out. I have now given, what is it, Tyler? forced. This is now going to be the third straight week with over a plus 200 hit on TikTok. So if you're following me, telling my picks, yeah, you might lose a couple, but if you pick my exact picks, you're up a lot of money right now because I'm just slamming the underdogs, which I'll have a couple more this week for you. And that's about it, guys. You guys want to wrap anything up? Oh, here's the ring. Let's see. It's official. Have the ring.
Yes, after you didn't have the rings. Yes.
Well, people forget that things happen.
That's all I had to say. I think that's a good place to stop it for me. Also, thank you for inviting me to the wedding. It was lovely.
I hope you guys had fun.
We did.
Had a blast. Great time last weekend. Looking forward to possibly sitting down and watching a little bit more football this weekend.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. I'm not going to lie.
We do have an active hunting season here in New York. We got early bear season happening, so
I did see one of your boys took down a bear.
We've got 2 on the ground already. So
Dang.
maybe try and get a little bit of that action this weekend too. So yeah, man.
Tyler.
Other than that, let's go Mizzou.
No.
I think sometime tomorrow I think I got game film incoming, so I'm gonna produce clips, like a super clip of condensed version of what happened Saturday night. Probably post that tomorrow or Friday. But yeah, I liked what I did Saturday night, and I thought it was a good time. Had viewers kept going up, and
I mean, Tyler, if you want to stream a game, maybe we stream. You want to stream the Missouri Boston College game?
what time's that one?
I think
Is
that's
that
the night game.
It is a night game.
Let's stream the night game. We'll stream whatever night game is on. We'll stream it. Me and Tyler, if you guys, I know you guys are probably busy. You don't have to, but if you want to come on, we'll stream it with everybody. We'll answer questions and everything. Also, just real quick, guys. Just real quick. Fuck Notre Dame. They're not a real team. I'm no longer Catholic. I'm now a convict. I'm a Miami Syracuse fan. Fuck them hard. Fuck them right in their pussy. I'm no longer a fan of Notre Dame. They need to fire Marcus Freeman because he can't win anything. They can't get a quarterback. Fuck them. Fuck them. Join a conference, you fucking losers. All you do is break my fucking heart like the New York fucking Mets, the New York fucking Jets, the New York fucking Rangers, the New York fucking Knicks. You're just a bunch of fucking losers. Everybody that's a Notre Dame fan is a bunch of loser, crybaby fucking scumbags. So fuck Notre Dame. I'm now a Miami Hurricane fan. Always have been. Always repping you. Never, always from day one. I've been down since day one-ish. So give me. I love Miami. Fuck Notre Dame. Convict for life, baby.
As a longtime Miami fan as well, welcome, I guess, to an even more toxic fan base. You're gonna love it.
I've been there, bro. I've been there since the days of Ed Reed and Sean Taylor and Jonathan Vilma.
So is everybody else in the Miami fan base. That's why we're so toxic. So
yeah, I've
anyway.
never Notre Dame was
Thank
just no, fuck that. No, I'm an obviously diehard Miami Hurricane fan since Ken Dorsey. Facts.
Facts.
I fucking hate Notre Dame. I can't tell you how much I hate Marcus Freeman and Notre Dame. I can't tell you how much they just break your fucking heart. How do you lose to a fucking bunch? They're just not going to use the R word, but a bunch of running around. That's what they are. Just a bunch of running around. I don't understand.
Gentlemen, do you want to stream the Colorado State game? Starts at 7:30 p.m.
Whatever you guys want to stream, we'll do it. Let's stream that game because that's your team, Rob.
Go Rams.
We'll be streaming Colorado State, Colorado.
Cool. Yeah, and I'll play a bit of heel. I like that.
Yeah.
And as soon as Colorado takes
$147.
And I'll be that guy. As soon as Colorado takes the lead, I will be right up back on the bandwagon, and I'll be riding that bitch all the way through. So I would definitely stream that game.
I like that.
I mean, live betting again. Anyway, okay, cool. That works for me.
All right, boys. This is Spiked College Football Show. I'm your host, Johnny B. We have Spiked Rob. We have JC, the good-looking one. And we have Tyler. Tyler always doing the behind the scenes. As always, guys, we like to keep it one thing and one thing only.
Like,
All right. Bitch,